Good. How are you?
Nice to see you again.
Yes.
I'm Kayla. Just
Hi, Kayla. Please be seated.
Oh, God. How was your day been?
Good. How about yours?
Tiring but good. It's always good. So what have you been up to since we last spoke?
Couple things, things are good though.
Yeah? Good. I'm glad. Any news with the golf stuff?
Well, we did land the Mexico manufacturer.
Really? That's great news.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. So
that's great news.
So yeah, that's probably new.
That's awesome. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. So I just wanted to confirm before we start getting into the nitty gritty that we have 15 minutes, correct?
Yes.
Is there anybody that should be in the meeting, or is it just
No.
you and I?
We're just
Awesome. So I just want to recap last week's meeting.
Okay.
So just to make sure I have all the numbers correctly, so the importing was for the winter wear from China 5 times a week
Yes.
at 100 pounds, correct?
Yes.
And then we were exporting winter wear to Canada at 20 times a month, that's 5 times a week at 30 pounds, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then you also mentioned you wanted to expand to Mexico and Brazil. I'm really glad that you guys got the manufacturers there.
Yep.
And just to sum up, you told me last time that the 3 phases you'd use to describe your ultimate solution package would include a streamlined processing, including billing and visibility, efficiency, time and how quickly it gets there, and the room for expansion.
Right.
So those are still the top 3?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I just wanted to start talking to you first about a little bit of how we can fit those top 3s and how we can help you guys expand and get that visibility and get that time efficiency.
Okay.
So number 1, I know that you mentioned last time that it was a big deal that you weren't able to have access. Let me pull up the brightness here, sorry. That you weren't able to have all the access to the information as quickly and as efficiently as you'd like.
Yeah.
You didn't have like a one-stop shop.
Right.
Okay, so with DHL, we want to eliminate the hassle of you having to communicate to different carriers, to communicate to different people. I am your point of contact for all things customer service. If something gets, lost in communication, or you need to know exactly who's holding that box, contact me and I'll get you there.
Okay.
As far as resolving customer issues on your end with your customers, we can offer you the possibility to have DHL WebShip, which offers you the ability to not only look at where your tracking is, but look at where it's been, who's handled it, who signed off on it, how quickly it got there, and more importantly, for you to handle your billing on that same platform, because I know that you mentioned that it was a hassle having to basically go from different platforms and different areas to try and get the one price, and having to sit there and take the time out of your day and add all of that up it's time consuming.
Right.
And I don't think anybody should go through that. So that's one of the greatest things that we offer. We also offer DHL on the app. So I use this personally because I get my makeup from DHL.
Okay.
Well, I get like Ipsen,
Right.
they send it through DHL, and I'm very anxious and I want to get it automatically, and so I track it through DHL, and that's why I have the app on my phone. So you can download the app, and you're able to see where it is, and a little more condensed version than the WebShip. So that's an app that you can have on your phone. WebShip's more for online, but you can also access it on your phone and your mobile device.
Okay.
So aside from this, and you also have the customer service phone number, so you get all of that visibility with them. You have my number, my personal contact, my superior's number, and we can get you whatever help you need.
Okay.
Because I know how frustrating it is to have a customer on your end asking where it is, and you asking your courier where it is, and they don't know.
Exactly.
If by any crazy chance that we don't get you those 3% out of 97% reliability given to you, that 3% we'll know where it is.
Okay.
That's the best part of all of this. So that's the efficiency, that's the streamlined process. You mentioned efficiency. Now, over here, we have time savings because we're able to clear customs in air, which is really cool because it's one of the first people to do it. So I get this phone, I put it on a ship, I put it on a plane. Before it's even landed in the other country I sent it to, it's already cleared. So all it has to do is scan through, and that's how we get things from point A to point B in 1 to 3 days.
Okay.
That's how we do it, whereas before you would have to wait for them to clear the customs. You said it took about 2 to 3 weeks before it was gotten to point A to point B, and that's really not as efficient as you'd like, because I remember you mentioned last week that you had a problem with one of your customers not getting the product that they needed, and they were upset, leaving you to be upset, and that's not gonna happen with this. With this, your things get cleared in air and straight away.
Okay.
So do you have any questions? Do you have any concerns you want to talk about before I get to the next step?
I mean, you're addressing my need of dealing with the manufacturer and dealing with the end customer. So one-stop shop, I'm good with that. What about the knowledge regarding like the taxes and the shipping codes and all that? Like, how are you guys with that?
Perfect, I'm glad you brought that up. So, like I said, since we're very one-stop shop oriented, the price that I give you for whatever it is that you're needing to get from point A to point B is the price that I give you. I'm not gonna add on any fees, that's the price, that's the flat rate, one invoice, one price, one platform to use, that's all, because I'm not gonna sit there and have you add things up after I've sent you your invoice. That's how much it's gonna be. It's gonna be whatever it is depending on the weight and everything. I have the prices here, but I wanna finish up my little.
But yeah, I'm not asking about the pricing right
Yeah.
now. I'm just making sure that if we expand into Mexico and to Brazil, that you guys are on top of it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take care of any of that.
No,
I want
I-
that taken care of as well.
I understand, and that's one of the greatest things that we offer. We offer that whole RN support to you.
Okay.
We want to get you and your customers the support that they need. I don't want you to ever have the pressure from the customers asking where the product is. They'll know exactly where it is. Anything, you come to me.
Got
So
it.
back to the expansion that you mentioned for Mexico and Brazil. So because of our, the fact that we're global,
Right.
we're able to have networks everywhere. Actually, Mexico was the second country that we touched upon after we opened in 1965.
Oh.
So we've been working with them forever. Brazil was in 1978, so we've been there for over 40 years.
Wow. Okay.
So I believe it was 1978. So we've been there for
Right.
over 40 years.
Right.
And we've been able to build those relationships, make that connection. In fact, let me give you the exact numbers. I think the Mexico office has 68 operational facilities.
Okay.
So if you want some, I have it also here. So sorry. So the Mexican facilities, right here. There's a fact sheet on Mexico. So the Mexican facilities have 68 operational facilities. We offer the same things everywhere. And the greatest part about DHL and the fact that it's global is that it's consistent.
It is 1978. Okay.
Yeah, oh, that's right. So we're consistent. We're not going to be one way in one country and one way in another. We operate under the same consistency, under the same company that is DHL.
Okay.
So we have the same services offered to Brazil, to Mexico. Obviously the pricing is different, but
Right.
it's the same.
Understood.
So is that answering?
Yeah, that answers that.
Okay, so do you have any other hesitations, any other questions?
So I recently shipped by ocean and it was cheaper. Do you guys have that availability?
I'm sorry.
By
Oh, by
ocean.
ocean. I'm here thinking you're talking about like Ocean, a company.
Oh,
I'm like,
no,
what
no,
are you
no.
talking about? Okay, so over here has the information. Let me see if I can get you that fact sheet. So we don't have by ocean, but we do have by planes. Our planes have approximately 300 US flights a day.
Okay.
And the reason why we're so quick to get our things to where they need to go is because we don't outsource anything. We own all of our vehicles, we own all of our planes, we own all of our carriers, everything. Another thing is that since we don't outsource, we don't take mostly national, like we don't just do within the US.
Right.
So we're not wasting our time loading up 500 carriers for this one product. We're doing more international stuff, and on that grander scale, we're able to service the customer a lot better. So you mentioned it was cheaper, right?
Yeah.
And how's that been working for you?
I've only used it a couple of times. I was just curious.
Oh, okay. Well, did that kind of cover?
Yeah,
how,
yeah.
Like, we don't really go with ocean. It's mostly planes and
Yeah.
then international. It's quicker, honestly. That helps with our quickness. So do you have any other questions? Any other hesitations?
Not hesitations, just kind of a FYI. So since we've been talking to the 2022 Olympic and they're pretty much going to give us the contract for the equipment and the sportswear and all that stuff. So we're probably going to open an office there versus, working from the US.
Okay.
So instead of shipping it to the US and then back to China, we're probably going to have an office there for every year or so during the time. So I just want to make sure that that could be handled. So we would want the merchandise delivered to where we are working versus having it shipped to US and then back to China,
So from China to China.
pretty much.
Okay. So would you be importing or exporting anything else from there?
Well, we would still continue to export from China into the US because we obviously still have US customers
Okay.
and whatnot. But I just want to make sure that we can fulfill that need. Like I don't want to have to send it to US to come back to China.
Oh no, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
No. So yeah, you'd be able to get it from China to China.
Okay.
It's a big country, but
I just want to make sure.
No, I understand. So perfect. So you want to import to China, and that's for Beijing 2022?
Yes.
Perfect. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys got the
Thank you.
contract. You got excited?
Yes, very excited.
Is it more busy
awesome.
during that time of the year, or?
It's just going to be busy because it's just the Olympics and that's the way it is.
Are you guys busy now, or since they already have the uniforms, it's not so busy?
It's not so busy right now. We're kind of wrapping up our season, so.
That's pretty cool. I'm glad. Well, so we covered the importing, we covered the exporting, we covered the expansion, the efficiency, the streamlined process. Is there anything else that you want to cover or ask questions about?
No, I think we've covered everything.
Do you want to talk about pricing, or do you want to?
Yeah, if you want, if you have that available, I would like to.
Because I wanted to show you exactly what it is that you'd be paying. So, importing. So over here, I put your name, you're importing. So the cost for an import, you said it was going to be 20 shipments a month.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So for importing from China to the U.S., that would be 28,100.
Well, no, exporting is 20. I'm sorry. Importing is 5 times a month. Is that what you said?
5 times a week, but 20 times a month.
I'm sorry. That's yes.
Okay, perfect.
The 20 threw me off. So I
No, it's fine. I wrote it down in a funky way, and I was like, I don't know if everyone's gonna understand that, but. So that's how much it would be for importing from China to the U.S.
Okay.
Okay, so that would be the 100 pounds, the
Yep.
45 kilos, let me see, China to the U.S. Okay, now exporting from the U.S. to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's gonna be cheaper, obviously, because it's closer. That's gonna be $4,807 a month.
Okay.
$807 a month. Now with the information that you've given me, telling me about the new stuff in China and kind of wanting to expand in Mexico and Brazil, how does that look like in a 1 to 5 year plan?
So we are piloting Mexico now. Like that's going to
Okay.
be first step. So that's imminent. And then Brazil, I want that to happen as well. Like imminent, maybe within the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I want that
perfect.
pretty close.
Brazil within a year. Okay. So with this information that you have and with the benefits and the value that I've proposed to you, if you want, I can come back next time, sometime next week, and we can talk more about what Mexico and Brazil would
Yeah.
look like and package it all.
Yeah, that
So
works.
we can show you one product, one size, one invoice.
That works.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
So next week, Tuesday sound good?
Sure.
Tuesday, perfect. I'm really excited for you. I'm glad that you guys are growing at that rate. I'm glad you guys got the bid. That's really exciting.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you. Thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise. Miss me. You have to wait until they knock.
Tell me.
I can't because they're judging. I know. But I think you did really well. How do you think you did? Did you get everything you wanted?
No,
What didn't you get?
I don't know. I feel like I could have done better. I know I could have done better, but what do you think?
I've had you before.
Yeah, you have.
Didn't you like break down on me?
Did I?
Yes.
I broke down.
You broke down on me.
It?
You had to redo it.
Did
You
I?
stepped out of the room and had to come back. You told FIU.
I didn't do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I didn't do.
You're FIU, right?
Yeah, I didn't do that.
It wasn't you?
No, I promise. Oh my God. I would have remembered that.
Yeah, if you don't remember that, it wasn't you.
Oh
So,
my God.
no, you're
I was
fine.
like, what did I do?
No, I think you did good.
What could I have done better? Tell me.
I'm thinking, not that I could really, I mean, I think you did really good.
I feel
Like
like
the
I was
two-
talking a lot. I feel like I
No.
wasn't. I feel like it's the fine line between I'm trying to present to you, because that's what I'm trying to do, and
I don't think you,
like I wanted to also make sure that I had everything I needed from you.
yeah, you definitely had everything I needed. I don't think you like dismissed me. You didn't even, like, I don't think I said something and you just kind of moved forward without even listening. I don't think you did any of that. I think you were fine. I was looking at my objections and you addressed the first one without me even having to object, so I thought that was cool.
What was the first
It
one?
was the one about just the one-stop shop. Like, you know,
Oh, okay.
I didn't really have to object because you addressed it. You know what I mean?
That's why I wasn't sure if I was, like, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to like tell you everything. I wasn't sure about
Your
pricing
approach
either.
was fine. Everything was fine.
Was I mentioning price too much? Because I feel
No.
like, why am I talking about price? She's not talking about price.
No, I don't think you
I'm
did.
just very hesitant about everything, as you can see. It's
Oh my
been a
God, you're
long
so
day.
I'm so tired. You're so, hey, you've gotten this far, so you must be doing something right.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping.
Well, you know, that's the territory
I was like,
being a college student, so.
I'm ready for
Is this your first tournament?
No, this is
Okay, I was
my.
gonna say. You've done this a little bit?
Yeah, I did. My first one was in 2016.
Okay.
So, this isn't. But this project is a lot more difficult.
Yeah, this
Comcast
is
Spotlight.
a lot more difficult for me. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know if you saw, I was like looking. I'm
No,
like,
and I
yeah,
understand.
Yeah,
It's a lot more
Comcast
difficult than
Spotlight
Comcast
was
Spotlight.
definitely easier to.
It was easier to understand. It was.
Yeah, it was easy
It's
concept.
easier
This
to-
is like, what
this
the,
is
20-pound packages
Yeah.
and yo que sé qué.
Yeah, I'm like, why do I? It doesn't matter. But I mean, obviously, it's a good product, and
Oh
like,
yeah, no, this.
I think what the trick is
I know
simplifying.
nothing about export and import, so this is, you know.
You and I both. I think it's very. What's impressive is like talking to the DHL people, how they simplify it.
Yeah.
And they make what sounds so
Complicated, not
so
complicated.
simple.
Yeah.
And like that's what I was trying to do. I was